Okay, so no face shots. Go. Okay. Hello, everybody. We're going to do about an hour vinyasa class today. This is Casey Newman. She will be the model / student. We're going to start laying on our backs. We will bring the soles of the feet together. Let your knees drop open for Supta Baddha Konasana. Left hand on the heart, right hand on the belly. And we'll close the eyes. Setting up to find a place within ourselves where we concentrate all our effort and our energy, our awareness, on the subtle actions of inhaling and exhaling, paraka, rajaka. And like a rolling pin, we're just going to smooth out any of the bumps that may be hidden in our breathing pattern, in our mental perception at the given time, moment in our life. Transitioning away from everything that we're experiencing out in the world and giving ourselves the next hour to drop in, which requires us dropping out from our work, our responsibilities, our obligations, the pandemic. Giving ourselves an hour to just breathe and move, to nurture and heal. Let's take a big inhale through the nose. Hold it at the top. Out of the mouth. Again, inhale deeply through the nose, holding at the peak. And let it go. Go back to breathing through the nose and make your breath sound like you're fogging a mirror with your mouth shut. Find the audible ujjayi, and then we'll blink the eyes open. Hug the knees into the chest, and we'll start circling your knees in one direction, just massaging the low back. And we circle our knees in the opposing direction just to balance it all out. When we come to center, keep your knees into your chest, cactus your arms out to the sides. Look to your right and drop both knees to the left. Think about pulling your right shin bone in line with the left shin bone, and it'll deepen the stretch for you. When we switch sides, take your knees to the right, look to the left. Pull the left shin bone in line with the right. No rush. It's not every day we get to practice yoga with a Nerf gun next to us. Bring your knees back up into your chest. Hug them in with the arms. And then we'll take happy baby. Arms go split between your legs. You hold the outer edges of your feet. You pull your knees down by your ribs. Feet are wider than hips. Notice how your sacrum wants to lift. See if you can glue it to the floor. And then if your low back starts to pop up, draw on your belly to descend the lumbar down. Work to plug your shoulder blades into the upper back. So you're widening the sternum, the collarbones, and starting to open up the front of the shoulder, as well as sinking the back of the shoulder, the posterior deltoid, down. Tuck the chin in a little bit so your neck finds space. Press your inner feet towards the sky and pull your outer feet towards the earth. Hug the knees in. Let's interlace your fingers behind your head. This is going to be wonderful for Casey. Bicycle crunches, opposite elbow to opposite knee for the next half a minute. The other day I was like sitting on my couch going, man, I really should do some abs. And then I didn't do any abs. And so we're here today, and I still haven't done any abs, but I think I can help you guys do some abs. Then hold your right elbow to your left knee. Do 5 little crunches there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, switch. 2, 3, 4, 5, switch side to side on your own. I had called Casey up. I was like, hey, you want to do a restorative class with me? She's like, sure. But it isn't a restorative class. Sneak attack yoga. Hug your knees to your chest. Let's point your legs up to the sky. Reach your arms forward. Palms will face each other. Head and shoulders lift. Now, the left leg lowers an inch above the ground. Let your right leg drift a little bit towards the left, and let your left leg move a little bit to the right. So your legs slightly overlap. It's like a little crisscross. While you're here, the movement is only going to be in your right leg. The right heel lowers, touches the left big toe, the right leg lifts. Again, right leg lowers, right leg lifts on your own. This one will get you. It's like a little subtle sneak attack. It's like when you eat hot food, sometimes it doesn't hit you right away, and then about 4 or 5 reps in. Switch sides. Now the left leg is only going to lower and lift. Hug your knees to your chest. So keep the knees into your chest, reach your arms forward, palms will face down for this one, head and shoulders lift. You can separate your legs about hips width apart. I like to have my big toes turned slightly inward. That's going to help the rolling of the inner thighs. Now we're going to pulse our arms, but our shoulders will move with the pulsing. So it's not just a flapping of the hands of the arms. It's a full movement of the torso. And we'll just see how long you guys can do this for. We hold a crunch, shoulders are lifted. Point your legs up to the sky. Lower both legs 2 inches from the ground. Reach both arms back. Palms will face each other. Oh, shoulder blades are lifted. This is exactly what I imagined myself doing on the couch the other day. Hug your knees to the chest. Oh, I feel like you guys have one more in you. So let's point your legs up to the sky. Separate your legs hips width apart. Left hand touches right toes. Right hand touches left toes. Side to side, back and forth. Keep going side to side. Open your legs about 6 inches wider. Open them 6 inches wider. Open them as wide as they'll go. Got to really reach now. Hug your knees to the chests. Hold on to your hamstrings. Let's rock up and down until you get enough momentum that you're seated. Then we bypass seated and go to down dog. So some of you guys will shuffle into it. Some of you will pop into it. There's no real hard and fast rules of how you get there, just as long as we get there. Once you're in down dog, you can pedal the legs out, shift your weight side to side, do all the fidgeting that you like. And then we just settle with the legs hips width apart. Heels disappear behind the toes. The arms are shoulder width apart. Fingers should point forward. The hands spread nice and wide. It's like we have to set up the down dog because it sets up everything else. Sets up our planks, sets up the vinyasas, etc., etc., etc. So the forearms lift. The upper outer arms wrap down and around. The belly goes in, the hips move back, the thigh bones move back. That'll help stretch all the muscle fibers in the legs. It spreads the sit bones. Let's drift to plank, top of a push-up. I know our core work didn't end just on our backs. It was just the beginning. So we stack the shoulders over the wrists. Let the index fingers glide forward so the whole inner palm is rooted down. The first part of our arm, the forearm, the radius and ulna turns in a little, while the upper part of the arm, the humerus, should wrap back. The belly goes in, the tailbone scoops to the inner thighs, the chest draws forward, the thigh bones, the femurs keep pressing into the hamstrings, and we breathe. Good news for Casey today is it's like 85 degrees in here, 100% humidity. It's going to get all kinds of balmy. Let's take a big inhale, then exhale, downward facing dog. We've got another round. We're going to add on. Let's drift to plank, top of a push-up, pause. So we keep our shoulders over the wrists. We keep our hips the height of the shoulder blades. I want you to soften your knees so that they hover an inch above the ground. Now exaggerate the posterior tilt. The tailbone goes under. Frontal hip points lift. Low belly lifts. Low belly turns on. And we breathe. I'm so tempted to pick up this Nerf gun right here and get Casey back. Downward facing dog, hips go up and back. So now we'll run through some basic vinyasas just to stretch out the front side. On an inhale, drift to plank. As you exhale, lean out, lower chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Then exhale, downward facing dog. That looks good. So we're going to do two more. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more, just breath cues. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Perfect. So let's lift the right leg to the sky. Square your hips, dorsiflex the right foot, and spin the right inner thigh towards the ceiling. Take a big inhale, and as you exhale, bring the right knee to the nose, shoulders are over the wrist, pause. Let the right knee touch the floor, bring the knee into the nose, round the spine, then extend the leg up and back. So again, knee to nose, hold, let the knee touch the floor, into the nose, round the spine, extend it up and back. Just like that for 30 seconds. You set the pace, you're in control of your practice. So like at all times, if you want to take a pause and go to child's pose, if you need a break, honor that. Knee with the leg extended back. Lunge the right foot between your hands. Stay on the ball of your back foot. Let's reach your arms back. So the palms will either face each other or they'll face the floor. Notice if you're slouching, hunching, or rounding. Find a small sense of cobra in the chest. Then we glide the scapulas, the shoulder blades, down the back. The trapezius will follow that action. Notice if you're looking up and straining in your cervical spine. Tuck the chin in. Lead with the crown of the head forward. Stretch out the suboccipitals. Now we're going to make a little change. We reach the arms forward, interlace the fingers, and flip the palms inside out, like you're pushing the front of the room away. Look to straighten the arms so that the side body, the skin of the side waist, gets longer. Front ribs go in. Yeah, that's it, Casey. Take your hands at prayer. Hook the left elbow to the outside of the right knee, twist. So look to get the elbows stacked. This way we can line up the long axis of bones and work to get the thumbs at the heart center of the sternum. We straighten the torso out by getting longer through the sides of our waist and longer through the sides of the neck. Fire up the back leg, press the left thigh bone into the hamstring and pull back vigorously through the inner left heel. And then if you want more, you can open your arms. And breathe. Now, we start to premeditate on Crescent Pose. And then with all the strength in your legs on an inhale, unravel, come all the way up and hold. So you sink into the front knee so it rests at 90 degrees. We're pressing the right calf to the right shin. We soften the back leg, scoop the tailbone under, frame in the outer hips. As the front ribs go in and down, the bottom tip of our sternum, the xiphoid, moves down as well, and the top part of the sternum should lift. Take a big inhale. Then exhale, hands come down to the ground, pause, standing splits, left leg goes up to the sky. We walk the hands close to the right leg, then we slide the right hand to the right, slide the left hand to the left, cup the floor with the fingers, and then dip your chest, your sternum towards the right shin bone. Let your elbows bend and flare out to the sides. Urdhva Prasrita Ekapadasana. I know we're just getting into all the fun stuff right out the gate in this practice. So keep what you have. Let's draw the chest forward. Bend the right leg a lot, but keep your left leg straight. Take your hands at prayer. Let the shakes happen. Now for the next couple breaths, just to amp it up a little bit, I know you have it in you, let's reach your arms forward. Get the arms straighter, the biceps lift higher. All roads lead to Crescent Pose. Step way back, inhale, reach to the sky, then exhale, hands come down. Let's step back, let's lower Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. When I take online yoga and it's that challenging out the gate, I'm like, you know what? I did my right side. I'll pick that left side up tomorrow. So let's lift your left leg up. Square the hips, dorsiflex the foot, work the left inner thigh to the sky. Now knee to nose, shoulders over the wrist, pause. Again, let the knee touch the floor. Into the nose, round the spine, then extend it up and back. On your own, flow freely. As you're going through these motions, this sequence, try to keep your arms straight the whole time. That way we're not wasting any unnecessary energy in our pectoralis muscles and our bicep muscles. We'll meet with the leg extended back. Lunge the foot between the hands. Stay on the ball of your back foot. Reach your arms back. So it's a complete reset. Palms either face each other or they face the floor. We're squaring the hips forward. We're softening the shoulders, finding length in the neck, finding that passive, soft quality in the lips. Then we reach the arms forward, interlace the fingers together, flip the palms inside out, work to get those arms straighter, the triceps engage. We breathe. Take the hands at prayer. Let's hook the right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Twist. The elbow should stack. The side body gets long. The left hip hides to the right. The back leg fires up. We pull back through the inner right heel, and then you can decide if you want to open the arms. It's like we go through our little checklist, and then we decide to embellish or modify. And this is where we premeditate on the Crescent Pose, how we use the strength in our legs. On an inhale, come up, unravel, reach to the sky. Pause. Press the left calf to the left shin, soften the back leg, scoop the tailbone under. Let the frontal hip points lift. You're pelvis is like a fish bowl. If it's tilted, it's spilling all the water out. We want it level. Naturally, as the front ribs go in and the bottom tip of the sternum goes down and in, the back ribs lift up away from the kidneys. Take an inhale. Then exhale, hands come down, standing splits, right leg goes up to the sky. We know where we're going. So we walk our hands close to the left leg, then we slide the left hand to the left, the right hand to the right. We cup the floor, we dip the chest towards the left shin bone. Clearing the shoulders, the trapezius away from the neck, away from the ears. So there's no obstructions in the neck. And draw your chest forward. Bend your left leg. Take your hands at prayer. Look to straighten the hovering leg, the right leg. And then spin the right inner thigh to the sky. Then we add the extra little spice to it, a little extra cayenne. We reach the arms forward. Crescent, step way back. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, hands come down. Let's step back. Let's lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's collectively take a big inhale through the nose and let's hold your breath at the top. Out of the mouth. Come up high in the toes. Bend your knees, look forward, exhale, step or hop. Inhale, glance out. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, open the arms and rise to standing. Circle your arms overhead, palms kiss at the top. Exhale, prayer in front of the heart. Surya Namaskar, inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, fold your body forwards. Inhale, glance out. Then exhale, step or jump back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's come up high on the toes. Bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step or hop. Inhale, glance out. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, open the arms and rise to the apex. Prayer in front of the heart, Samastirihi. Inhale, reach. Exhale to fold. Inhale, flat back. Then exhale, step or jump back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Then exhale, downward facing dog. So that looks perfect. We're going to get you to standing, and you're going to do one round completely solo. From here, come up high in the toes, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, step or hop. Inhale, glance out. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, open the arms and rise. Exhale, prayer in front of the heart. One round on your own. Once you finish, we'll meet in downward facing dog. So, let's step your feet together. Let's drift to plank, top of a push-up. Kick both of your heels to the right. Send your left arm up to the sky for side arm balance, Vashisthasana. If you want to modify this, you can always drop your right knee to the floor, or if you have shoulder injuries, you can just hang out in a different posture, skipping it all together. Otherwise, big toes are touching, heels separate just a little bit. The right hip should pull a little bit to the right so your left hip can drift to the left. That way it evenly stacks. Now the top arm reaches overhead. Let the left bicep hang low, like an inch or two above the cheek. Reach your left arm up. Left hand comes down. Top of a push-up, pause. Let's go to your forearms, Ardha Phalakasana. Notice there's this need to interlace your fingers together. Instead, let's ground out the palms and the inner wrists. Then notice if your hands are close and your elbows are wide. Get your elbows closer, your hands a little wider. Abdomen in, so there's a little bracing going on. Tailbone scooping towards the inner thighs, just like we did in the very beginning of our practice. Let's lift your right foot up an inch. This is the double shot of espresso. I don't even drink coffee, but I've heard it does wonders. Right foot down, left foot lifts. This is the double dose of wasabi right here. That I do eat, and that does create wonders. Left foot down, one hand at a time, come back to upper push up, then back to downward facing dog. Let's lift the right leg up. Bring the right knee to your right elbow. Shoulders are over the wrists. Then inhale, extend it back. Again, right knee, right elbow. Extend it back on your own. Find your rhythm. This is the point of the practice. If I was taking, I'd be all fatigued. I'd do like 1, maybe 2 reps. Sit down, drink some water. Let's meet with the leg extended back. Lunge the right foot between your hands. Stay on the ball of your back foot, left hand down, right arm reaches up. Turn your right hand down, reach over your head, so lengthen. Again, the bicep hangs low. There's this habit we form where we let our right bicep hang like 5 or 6 inches away from the cheek, and that just creates a little bit of unnecessary strain in the shoulder. We want to always line things up. So we press the earth away with the left palm, creating space between your left trapezius and your left ear. We fire the back leg up. We hide the right hip. Let's reach the right arm to the sky. Right palm to the tailbone. Look 12 inches in front of you. Place your left fingers there. Take your back foot off the ground. Twisting half moon, Parivrita Ardha Chandrasana. Feel with your right hand what your hips are doing. If they're lopsided, work to get them square. So you have that right hand as a guide of what's going on in space. Turn the chest to the sky and then reach your right arm up. We breathe. You can always put your left hand on a block or float it off the floor. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, only set the right hand down. Walk your hands towards your right leg. Get nice and close. This time, take your right hand and form. Hook it behind your right ankle and calf. Draw your forehead in towards the right shin. And we breathe. Traditional version. Take the right hand, set it back to the mat. Inhale, lift the left leg higher. Exhale, set it next to right. Feet together. Inhale, glance out. Then exhale, fold, squat down on your tiptoes. We'll do crow bakasana. So feet together, knees wide. Wedge your triceps against the shins. Plant the palms about 4 to 6 inches out from the feet. Lift your butt. Get your elbows stacked over the wrists. So chaturanga arms, then 1 or both feet lift. Cat pose in the upper spine. You get that cat going, you can start straightening the arms more. And that's how you kind of graduate to crane. Step back, shoot back, float back, give it what you got. After the vinyasa, we will all meet in downward facing dog, followed by child's pose. Lower the knees to the floor, sit on the heels, forehead to the earth. Catch your breath. So if you're still with me, let's extend the arms forward. Let's tuck the toes. Let's lift the knees. Let's find downward facing dog. Gotta do that all on the other side. Let's step your feet together. Let's drift to plank. Kick both heels to the left. Send your right arm up. Again, if you need to modify, you can drop the left knee. Otherwise, we dorsiflex the feet. Big toes are touching. Heels are separating. Left hip is pulling towards the left a bit. The top arm reaches overhead. Not only are you trying to straighten the torso out, but we're also taking the front ribs in so we're not unnecessarily dumping in the mid-spine. Let's reach the right arm up, right hand down. Guess what? Once you're in plank, we go to forearm plank. This time, I want you to rest the pinky finger sides of your hands on the mat, like you're karate chopping your hands into the floor. Framing an invisible block is a good analogy. Now we're trying to drag the inner elbows towards each other. They won't really move, it's just that energetic pull, and that's going to create some pectoralis engagement. This wouldn't be the same unless we lifted your right foot up. Oh, double time. Set the right foot down, left foot lifts. I feel it. Left foot down, one hand at a time, come back to upper push-up, then back to downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Then inhale, extend it back. Again, left knee, left elbow. Reach it back on your own. Flow freely. At least you all know you're getting a good workout in. Slowly trying to put y'all in my vocabulary. Let's meet with the left leg extended back. Lunge the foot between the hands. Stay on the ball of the back foot, right hand down, left arm up, twist. We turn the left hand down, we reach overhead. Utthita extended. The thing we want to look at when we're doing the poses is what is necessary and what is unnecessary. So we want the arms straight, we want the back leg straight, the front knees bent, the hips. It's unnecessary for them to swing right or left. They should be stationary, squared forward. Let's reach the left arm up. Left palm to tailbone or sacrum area. Now we look 12 inches in front of us. We place the right fingers there. Take your back foot off of the ground. Twisting half moon, Parivrita Ardha Chandrasana. So this is where we figure out what our hips are doing. As we turn the chest, we want the hips level. Then we reach the left arm up. Something that's unnecessary, that's very common, is for that hovering leg to be soft. It becomes like a ramen noodle. We don't want it to be a ramen noodle. We want it to be like a very uncooked version of angel hair pasta. Straight and sturdy. I love talking about food. It's like food in yoga. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, only set the left hand down. Walk your hands towards the left leg. You take the left hand and form, hook it behind the left ankle and calf. Draw the forehead in towards the left shin bone. As the torso dips lower, the right leg lifts higher. We breathe. We take the left hand and we set it back to the floor. Inhale, lift the right leg more. Exhale, set it next to left, feet together. Inhale, glance out. Exhale, fold in. This time, inhale, chair pose. Yes, no crow pose, chair pose. Utkatasana. Weight goes into the heels. All 10 toes lift. Inner thighs roll down. Casey said a little deeper. She was like, oh my gosh. Take a big inhale. And as you exhale, stand up. Same exhale, prayer in front of the heart. Surya Namaskar B. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale to fold. Inhale, glance out. Then exhale, step or jump back, chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, lunge the right foot between the hands. Back heel down. Let's inhale, rise. Warrior one, reach to the sky. Then exhale, hands come down. We step back. We lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands come down. We step back. We lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. It's the Yoga Salt special. It's going to be a 4.5-hour yoga class today. No, we're almost there, guys. So let's come up high on the toes. Let's bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, step or hop. Inhale, glance out. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, stand. Prayer in front of the heart. Last round of B series. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, folds. Inhale, flat back. Then exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, lunge it through. Inhale, rise warrior one. Exhale, hands come down. Let's step back, lower Chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, lunge it through. Inhale, rise. Your last warrior one. Exhale, hands come down. We step back. We lower Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take an inhale through the nose. Hold your breath at the top. Out of the mouth. Last standing sequence. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale to left elbow under and across the body. Then inhale, extend it back. Again, left elbow. Extend it back on your own. It's nice to get these like power workouts in, these kind of get it done kind of practices, especially when we can't usually go to the beaches now or parks, everything's shut down. So most of the time we're sitting or laying around. When you do this, you know you did something. Let's meet with the leg extended back, lunge the foot between the hands, back heel turns down, lead with the left arm, come up warrior two. Remember I said it was your last warrior one. I didn't say it was the last type of warrior. So we widen the stance enough so that your right thigh is parallel with the floor. It's very important. That way we know we've adjusted it to our own length. Thigh bones, lower leg bones. We set up front heel to back heel, and your back foot's going to turn in just a little bit, like 10 degrees. We seal the outer edge of that back foot so the inner left arch, calf, and thigh lifts. Notice how the right knee is prone to knocking inward and straining the MCL. We want to extend forward through your inner right thigh, then hug the outer right hip in. So all the energy just takes a U-turn. Now take the left arm, wrap it behind your low back, and try to find the crease of your right hip. Turn your right palm up, reach up as you extend back so you're in bound reversed warrior. Baddha Viparita Virabhadrasana. We keep the arm behind the back. Place your right forearm on top of your right quadricep. Your right palm should face up. And this is where you can snuggle those left fingers even more. And that's going to help open up the front of the left shoulder, the anterior deltoid. Now, again, we've done a lot of core work here, but also that means your abdominal muscles are firing. They're engaged. They're stimulated. So let's take advantage of that. Keep the bind. Reach the right arm forward, palm face up. Once this corona pandemic is over, I'm going to stand at the door when people come to Yoga Salt in this position, welcoming everybody in. Keep the bind, right hand down on the inside of the right foot. This is where you can decide to stay here in the half bind or take the full bind. Right arm going under the right hamstring. You grab the left fingers or wrist. You pull the left arm down the back, opening it up more. We want to take our shoulder blades and stamp them to the right. Think reversed warrior, and on an inhale, come all the way up and back. Then exhale, windmill the hands down. We step back. Let's get out of there. Lower Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's lift the left leg up. Left knee to right elbow, under and across. Then inhale, extend it back. You set the pace, that's the sequence, that's the destination. We'll meet with the leg extended back. Lunge the foot between the hands, back heel down. Lead with the right arm. Come up, warrior two. So it's a relatively short sequence. It consists of 4 postures. So we widen the stance so that we can take advantage of the limited time we're in these poses. That's the way I like to articulate it. We're taking advantage of the challenge. So we set up front heel to back heel. The back foot turns in at like 10 degrees, a little bit. We don't want that back foot turned in like 45 like we do in Warrior One because it's a different pose. We just want to focus on being able to externally rotate in our front leg while keeping somewhat of a neutral position in our back leg. We press the right thigh bone into the hamstring, tail goes under, frontal hip points left. Right arm wraps behind the low back and see if you can find the crease of the left hip. Even if it doesn't touch the hip, as long as it's in that general direction. Turn your left palm up, reach it up as you extend back, stretching out your left ribs, serratus, intercostal muscles. Those of you who are really flexible and you're able to touch that left quadricep with your right hand, press the thigh bone down so that you can move your left hip bone away from the left thigh bone. Just starts to create a little extra room in the joint. Keep the half bind, left forearm to left quadricep, left palm faces up. Now, side body is long. That means we're not letting our torso arch like a rainbow. It should straighten out. Abdomen goes in, gets strong. Then the left arm reaches forward, palm face up. Keep the half bind. Left hand goes down to the inside of the left foot. Now you can decide to stay here in the half bind or take the full one. Your choice. Try leaning the shoulder blades to the left. Decide what's feeling good for your neck. That could be looking down, up, or out to the side. Think reversed warrior, and on an inhale, come all the way up and back. Then exhale, windmill the hands down. Let's step back. Let's lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take another big inhale. Hold your breath. And let it go. Let's lift the right leg up. Lunge the right foot between your hands. Drop the left knee to the floor. Release your left toes and let's scoot the left leg way back. Pigeon pose. Walk your right foot across the mat to the left hand. Drop the right knee to right hand. You go to your forearms. Lie all the way into it. If you need a towel or maybe even a block if you have at your house stuffed underneath your right hamstring, that can help level the hips out. And we'll breathe. Let's come onto your hands. We'll find downward facing dog. Once you're in down dog, you can shake it out. It's like, when your foot or your leg falls asleep, we did a funny little shake thing to kind of get everything going again. Just do that here. We'll lift the left leg up. Lunge the left foot between your hands. Drop the right knee, release the right toes, and scoot the right leg further back. We want to create space, then you find the pigeon. Walking the left foot across the mat to the right hand, dropping the left knee to left hand, modifying with props if you need it. We'll settle here again for another minute. Winding down. And we'll come onto the hands, tuck the back toes, find downward facing dog. And then we'll lower the knees to the floor, cross one ankle over the other, sit behind your feet, swoop your legs through to the front, extend your legs straight out in front of you, grab a hold of your butt, move your glutes back, and then move the bottoms of your thighs out. Then inhale, reach your arms up, sit up very tall. And exhale, hinge and fold forward, Paschimottanasana. We breathe. From here, let's sit up, scoot forward, let's lay on your back. I know, can you believe it? We finally got onto our back. Let's bend the knees, set the feet on the floor, heels to the butt, plant the palms, lift the hips, bridge pose, or if you want extra, you can always take upward facing boat Urdhva Dhanurasana as an alternate. Let's inhale, lift a little bit more, then exhale, come on down. Hug the knees into the chest. Release your left leg out, only hug the right knee in. Send your right arm out to the right like a cactus arm. Look to the right, twist the right knee across the body to the left. Maybe pick your left hip up and scoot it to the right a little bit. It gives you a deeper sensation. We breathe. Switch sides. Let's hug the left knee into your chest. Hug both knees into your chest. Place your forehead onto your knees. Take a very big inhale. Hold your breath. Squeeze everything, all tension, all stress into one tight little ball. And then let it all go. Sprawl open. Shavasana. You've arrived. Our thoughts and our patterns are either turned on in a positive way or switched off in a negative way. Shavasana gives us this opportunity to move into the positive direction. process of letting go of all negativity, a detoxification of the physical practice, an elimination of all the unwanted things so that we can properly rejuvenate and recharge from the inside out. And rest. Jayatam Shimate Katyani Devi Dasi Kripabdaye Patitanamando Radha Krishna Pada Kamala Devi Jaya Jaya Namo Namo Namaste Saraswati Devam Gauravani Prachadane Nirvasesha Sunyavade Vaskachade Siddhadane Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Te Namane Namo Bhakti Venodaya Satchidananda Namane Gora Shakti Swarupaya Rupanuga Varayate. Together, take a big inhale through your nose. Hold your breath. Let it go. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Bring movement back to the body. With your eyes still shut, let's roll over to your left side. With your eyes still closed, let's come up to seated. Sit up tall. Take your hands at prayer in front of your heart. Follow your breath. It is times like these where it is essential, it is imperative we step outside just exclusively practicing the physical portions of yoga, and we explore the metaphysical, spiritual aspects of yoga that deal with who am I, what is my purpose, why do I exist? Why are there ups and downs in life? Why are the things the way they are? Because when we start to meditate, pray, reflect, help other people regularly, become educated in yoga philosophy, we start to develop a very strong spiritual garden. That is sheltered from all the material storms. We just have to start. Something to think about, food for thought. Take a big inhale. Hold your breath. Let it go.